Hello, welcome back to Bike Matters. It's Felix here, and today we're going to be looking at Sinnis' supermoto offering, the SMR 125. So the Sinnis SMR is packing a 124cc liquid-cooled single cylinder. Now it puts out 14.8 brake horsepower, which is really impressive from this budget offering from China, as it's keeping up with a lot of the heavy hitters performance-wise. Top speed-wise, probably get about 65 miles per hour out of it, mainly down to the aerodynamics, as this is a supermoto style bike. You're very upright, your body just acts as a massive wall. But going downhill I did get 72 out of it, but I wouldn't recommend doing that every day, as it did feel like it was going to blow up. And when it comes to the visual styling on the SMR, it looks bloody amazing. This bike looks premium, it feels premium. As a budget offering from China, I'm really impressed, and alongside everyone here at Bike Matters, we are just blown away by the quality of this bike. This one comes in black with laser blue, but you can also get it in grey with cyber yellow. Both those colourways are absolutely stunning. I'd just go check them out. Like, seriously, even this is worth a look. This bike is absolutely huge, and it feels huge. The seat height comes in at 885 millimeters. I'm 6 foot and I can just about flat foot it, but I do feel that any shorter riders are going to struggle with this one, so it's definitely worth trying to get a sit on it before you buy it. So before I move on from this seat, I'd seen some criticism online, people talking about it being uncomfortable, but I spent hours on this bike and I didn't have a problem with it at all. I found it relatively comfy. You're not going to get that luxurious armchair feel. This is a supermoto. This is not a maxi scooter. This is not a commuter. This is not a naked bike. So there's going to be a level of discomfort, but for me, it was absolutely fine. So this bike weighs in at 141 kilos, which is relatively light. On the road, doesn't feel heavy at all, and off the road, it really doesn't feel heavy either. I'd taken it through a couple of trails, and I had it on a lot of dirt, and a few times I nearly lost it from underneath me, but it was really easy to catch it, bring it back up, not a problem at all. For wheels, we've got 17-inch spoke wheels on the front and the back. We're just running road tyres at the moment. They do well on the road, even in the wet, they grip it nicely. But they do also surprisingly do really well on the dirt. Getting uphill, stuff like that, no problem at all. Suppose you're wanting to hit the trails even harder though, this bike does have a sibling. It's the SMXE. There's slightly different wheel sizes, and that is a dirt-focused bike. But interestingly enough, those wheels are interchangeable with the SMR. So get yourself a set of wheels, best of both worlds. For brakes, we're running single discs on the front and back with twin pot calipers. At the front, we've got a 290mm wavy disc, and to the rear, we've got a 240mm wavy disc. Interestingly enough, this bike is also running ABS. Now, every single other model we've had in from Sinnis has been combined braking systems, so to have ABS on this one just gives it that premium feel all the way through. Now, how do those brakes perform out on the road and on the dirt? I say they're absolutely great. The biting point is sort of about halfway in, but once you get to that, it brings you to a swift stop. There's no concerns when it comes to brakes whatsoever. For suspension, we've got upside down telescopic forks on the front, 54mm diameter, and to the rear, we've got a monoshock. Now, this is a supermoto. As you'd expect, the suspension is bloody lovely on and off the road. I can just hit any bump, wouldn't worry about it at all. And if I needed to, I could just drive off the road. So suspension gets a big thumbs up from me. When it comes to fuel, we've got a 6.5 litre tank here and gets about 80 mpg, so it's an efficient little 125, but it's not got the range for touring or anything like that. Small commutes around town, maybe a bit of a laugh in the woods. It's perfectly adequate. When it comes to tech, it's relatively basic. Aside from ABS, we've got nothing fancy like traction control here. We've got a nice digital dash with a large speedo, gear indicator, fuel gauge, revs across the top, and a clock. We've got LED lighting here too, which is a nice touch, but nothing too crazy here, but what is there feels nice and high quality. The switchgear on the SMR is basic, it's adequate. Something I found a little bit odd was that Sinnis' sports bike offering, the GPX, has much higher quality switchgear to the touch. Now, with all these premium parts, it's really easy to forget that this is a budget offering from China, and the switchgear shows that. The supermoto market is heavily dominated by Japanese and European manufacturers. Now, whilst this bike doesn't have the same power and polish as some of its major rivals, performance-wise, it's very close. Coming in at £3,399, I think this is an absolute steal. So in summary, this is a great budget offering from China. It looks premium and it feels premium. Performance-wise, it's going to keep up with most of the major 125s out there on the road. It lacks that top end, but that's expected from this class, aerodynamics and all. The brakes, they're great. Suspension is very comfortable. This bike is incredibly versatile on and off the road. It doesn't do any one thing amazingly, but it does them all very well. And it's got ABS. So that brings my review on the Sinnis SMR to an end. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section below. I personally wish this was around when I was riding smaller capacity machines. I'd have bought one straight away. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you in the next one.